Alright, guys. So everybody has their thinking caps on, right? We all have our hats on? Yeah. We're going to be thinking today. If you don't have your hats on, it's okay. We didn't bring them today. It's alright. You can put your hoodie on if you want to wear your hoodie. I don't know. Lost your mind. It's okay. It's okay. Today we're going to be talking about zombies and forces in motion. This is about science. We're opening up a new chapter. I know we already did forces in motion with roller coasters. We're going to reiterate this concept, okay, again in this segment of our science area. Here you see table of contents. I'm going to be passing out a worksheet to you guys that we're going to be doing during our reading. This will help with reading comprehension and helping you guys with retaining information. Do you want to pass it around for me? Make sure everybody gets a copy. This is called a PQ4R. We're going to be answering them. It's preview. We're going to preview our reading before we start it. We're going to make questions on those the preview, what we think is our main topics. And then we're going to read, and we're going to answer the questions. We're going to reflect, recite, and review. That's what the PQ4R is. Has anybody done this before? The PQ4R?
No, ma'am.
No, not yet? Okay, so this will be the first time. It's a new learning strategy. So, does everybody have paper yet?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Okay, you got extras? Awesome.
No.
You have? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So let's look at the table of contents. We have 6 chapters. The book is going to end at page 30 on the glossary, so we're going to see that we have 29 pages already. So let's look at here. We're going to preview. What is our main topics we're going to be discussing so far? What do you think? Looking at these chapters. You have zombies in motion, graveyard gravity, changing a zombie's direction, running with zombies, fleshing out friction, and zombie action and reaction.
I think that we're going to be talking about the motion.
Motion? Yep, we are. Forces and motion, because that's our title of our book. So what I want you to do is on preview, I want you to bullet through, just on the other side here, bullet through graveyard, or however you guys think, because this person in this class wrote graveyard gravity as one of the main topics. That's what she wrote. She knows that we're going to be talking about gravity in the graveyard. And I just do like maybe 3, right? 3 bulletin points down. Great, just 3 little bulletin points. What do you think our main topics are going to be in this book? I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Two more. What do you think the book is going to be talking about? Alright, so that's a preview. That's our main topic. So you have written down there. Now I want you to make 3 questions, because we're going to ask questions before we start our reading. I want you to make 3 questions based off of your main topics. So you can write, what is motion? What is gravity? What is friction? What is action and reaction? Just simple questions that because you're going to answer these questions when we go through our reading. You're going to answer them yourself. And if you have any questions, let me know, okay? I'll give you a minute to do that. Do you have questions about it? No? Doing good so far? How many do you have to write your main points down? Write 3 questions down, okay? Is that good? Good job. Sorry. If you want to use my questions, you can use my questions. Like, so what is this? Because this book has a lot of definitions in it. Because we already see that it has a glossary. So we know it's going to have a lot of definitions.
What is having noise?
knowledge of it, you already have knowledge of it. So if you want to maybe gain more knowledge, write another question like, you already know what it is, what motion is, how is motion applied, how is motion related to force. Make the question a little bit different if you already know what motion is.
Can we do more than three?
If you want to do more than three, do
What if we
three.
do
Three's the minimum. If you want to write for more that you can answer, go ahead. You can go above and beyond. I like it. Got it? Two more questions, okay? Alright. So we're going to start our book. Does it need more time before I start? Can we give you one more minute?
Yes, ma'am.
One more minute. Okay. I'll give you one more minute. Don't read it. Don't read it. Wait, question? Good job. Good job. Okay, your question?
Friction bad? How is friction bad? Is that a question?
Okay, is friction bad?
How is friction?
How is friction bad? That's the question you want to ask? Yeah, go ahead, ask yourself that. Because this is for you.
We have to have information.
It's going to be down below.
What if we can't answer it?
I'm gonna go over your worksheets, and when next day when I come in next Thursday, I'll go over your worksheets at home, and then I'll come and talk to you guys about it. If I was here tomorrow, then I would go from tomorrow with you guys. Are you ready? Alright. So chapter 1, zombies in motion. The world is full of motion. Birds fly through the air. Cars speed down dusty roads. Zombies stagger around graveyards. Hundreds of years ago, a man named Isaac Newton wondered why things moved the way they do. With a strong knowledge of mathematics, Newton developed 3 laws. These laws explain how and why objects move. Newton didn't know about zombies, but he did know that motion can be explained by science. What are zombies?
Dead people.
Dead people?
The living dead.
What is a graveyard?
A graveyard
Can someone answer that for me? Go ahead.
Graveyard is an area where people that are dead are buried.
That is a graveyard. Good job. What does a zombie sound like? Alright.
Yep.
The Walking Dead. Newton's first law of motion says an object at rest will stay at rest unless a force acts on it. Here's the definition here. Force. Any action that changes the movement of an object. When a resting zombie lurches after a victim, what makes it move? According to the laws of motion, a force makes it move. Because a force changes the movement of an object, so it moves the motion. So we have here the zombie, he's saying, no, springs, that's not it. In a nutshell, a force to pack or a push or pull to stagger forward. A zombie pushes against the ground with its legs and feet. In other words, it exerts a force. The zombie isn't the only thing pushing, however. The earth pushes back equally against the zombie's feet. With a force pushing back, the zombie lurches ahead. You see how his feet, there's arrows here, he's pushing and he's pulling.
He's kind of slow, that's why he walks slow.
Good job. And what about an apple? What moves it from its resting position? To move an apple at rest, simply exert a force on it. In other words, throw it. Take that, zombie. There's a guy throwing an apple, which we are going to introduce him in. That's going to be Fred. Exert, to make an effort to do something. That's the definition of exert. These zombies show how resting objects stay at rest, unless a force acts on them. When the driver hits the gas, the pickup rushes forward. But the zombies don't move forward with the truck. Instead, they drop to the ground as the truck moves out from under them. Whoa! Who has ridden on a truck? Have y'all sit on the tailgate?
Yeah.
Yeah? You have? What happens?
You don't follow.
You go forward?
Yeah.
What if you weren't holding on to the tailgate?
You would probably fall
You would
off.
fall. Right. So that's what happens to the zombies. They went, whoa! And fell off the truck.
We did that at so they would give us a ride back to cabin.
Mm-hmm.
We would ride on the back of the truck to go.
So kind of like a hayride too, right?
Yeah.
Yellow.
So why didn't the zombies move forward with the truck? It's because the engine applied a force to the truck, not the zombies. Because no force was acting on them, the zombies remained at rest. And with no tailgate under them, they flopped to the ground. Oh my gosh, the zombie said, my arm! It's missing. His arm's gone. And we have a quick fun fact for science. Isaac Newton gave us a much greater understanding of how the universe works. Using prisms, he showed how, while white light is made up of many colors, he proposed that gravity is the force pulling on every object in the universe. Newton also figured out how our solar system's planets move along the paths. Alright, so let's go to our questions. Our little worksheet here, PQ4R. Can we answer any of the questions?
Yeah, you can.
That you guys made on your sheet? Can we answer any of them yet? If not, let's just hold off on answering them, but look at them and see if we can answer them from this chapter.
What about this one? How is force motion made? Can I answer that? But I can't really answer this question I had. How is gravity a force?
Yep, gravity we haven't went over yet.
Yeah. I can't answer that yet.
Well, not yet. We haven't talked about friction yet. This is This is a Newton's motion of laws. This chapter was zombies in motion. So force, the definition was force, any action that changes the movement of an object.
I said, did they talk about motion in this?
That's right. Good job.
Has they talked about motion?
We're currently talking about motion. We're going to keep going through his laws because it's Newton's laws of motion.
On the second chapter.
Chapter 2. Graveyard gravity. This is gravity. So people that have gravity questions, here we are. Our thinking caps are on, right? If the zombies on the tailgate remained at rest, why did they fall to the ground? Was there a force at work? The zombies fell because a force was pulling down on them. That force was gravity. Zombies holding up his arm. Curse you, gravity! Gravity is a force that pulls all objects towards Earth's center. It's the reason bullets, footballs, and airborne zombies eventually fall to the ground.
Airborne zombies?
Oh, airborne zombies. He's flying. You don't see him flying? He's airborne. He has a helmet on and everything. He does, but the bullet does come down, right? Yeah?
The bullet won't go after a while.
And of course it's possible to keep an object like a bird or an airplane in the air for a long period of time. To do that, a force from a wing or an engine must work against the pulling force of gravity. Oh, fly, fly. Here he's trying to flap his wings. To work against gravity, an airplane wing creates a lifting force. A wing's special shape causes air to rush over its top and move more slowly across its bottom. As slower moving air flows under the wing, high pressure forms. The higher pressure pushes up from below and forces the airplane into the sky. So pressure, here's the definition of pressure, a force that pushes on something. Do y'all see it? Alright, so that was chapter 2. Yeah, we had 6 chapters, not a really long book. We have any questions about gravity?
Did it say what is gravity?
Yes.
Friction X.
Friction? It's coming up. We're still in the first law. We're going to direction next. Want to go back back to gravity? Look here. When we talk about gravity, we're talking about here, it's going up. This is pushing down. It's going to create a force. This is pushing up. This is wind. These are wind. See, the airplane here is in the sky, it's flying. The wind is going above and under the wing, which makes it fly. You have gravity pushing down and the force is here. This is the engine. That's right. Alright, chapter 3. Changing a zombie's direction. As we've seen, zombies can walk, fall, or fly, but they always travel in a straight line unless a force moves them in a new direction. Why? Because of Newton's first law. It also states that an object stays in motion in a straight line unless a force is exerted on it. This part of the law is easy to see when a zombie sits in a pickup. When the truck speeds down a straight road, the zombie is carried along in the same direction. See? He's waving to you. If the truck suddenly stops, the zombie continues moving in a straight line. It only stops when another force is exerted on it. In this case, the back window provides the force. Woof. That's what the zombies sound like. You've always been in your mom's car, right? And she's driving? Yeah? If she slams on the brake, what happens?
Oh, you go forward.
You go forward. But what stops you from going through the windshield? The seatbelt. That seatbelt's going to stop you. That's providing the force, right?
It was dangerous back then.
If you don't know how to put a seatbelt on, does your mom help you put it on? No? You know how to put it on? That's right. The zombie doesn't have any brains, so he doesn't know how to. That's right. He's on the back of the truck. Okay. But what happens when the truck makes a sharp left turn? The zombie seems to ride in the opposite direction. Whoa!
Because he keeps going straight.
Exactly. Great job. If the truck turns left, why does the zombie go right? And then the zombie says, because brains, right? They're always thinking about brains.
Back then, when my mom, she was in a car accident, and and at the time they didn't invent seatbelts, so she went flying out the car window.
Is your mom okay?
She's good.
She's good. Alright. So next page. Next page, guys. No, not brains. As the truck turns, its tires push sideways against the road. This motion provides a force that moves the truck in a new direction. But the zombie in back has no force, such as a seatbelt, acting on it. Because no force pushes or pulls it, the zombie continues moving in a straight line. See how it's going in a straight line with the truck's turning? He answered that for us already. Look at you. Eventually, the moving zombie will come to rest against the side of the truck. The truck wall provides a force that changes the zombie's direction. On a curvy road, the zombie slides back and forth as his truck rounds each turn. Curse you, wall of motion, as he's going through the curves. Whoa! Okay, going on a windy road and you're moving in the car?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get our sheets. Can we answer any of our questions that we made about the topics, our main topics? Not yet?
I think it's friction.
Friction? We have a question about friction. Friction's fun, huh? We'll be getting to it, okay?
I just need an action.
Action's the very last chapter.
I'll be done.
Yes. We can go over it. We'll go over it.
We've also done action.
Flesh. What is flesh? It's skin. That's an organ. Alright, so running with zombies. That's our next chapter.
This must be with
Is that a
Brain, says the zombie. So here we're going to be seeing Fred, Ted. Okay? You know that a resting object won't move without a force, pushing or pulling it. But how large does the force need to be? To escape a zombie, Fred and Ted jump into their car. Oh no, the car won't stop. what Ted's saying. So Fred's saying, get out, push, quick. Ted tries to push the car forward, but it's difficult work. A heavy car has a lot of inertia. Fred's saying, push harder. And Ted's saying, too much inertia. Now he's pushing. Inertia is an object's state in which the object stays at rest or keeps moving until a great force acts on it. So it's going to stay still until a greater force is able to push it. It does? He's trying to push it. You can tell he's trying to push it.
But it made me think alone.
And he's going to have to. It's going to create more force, right? To make it move? Alright.
Why doesn't the other one go?
Well, he has to stay in the car because he has to steer the car. If he gets out of the car and they're both out of the car could probably just go off the road and hit a tree, right? And then they're both stuck. Right? Remember the second part of Newton's first law? It says an object in motion will continue moving in a straight line until a force acts on it. On a flat road, the car inertia keeps it rolling straight ahead. Now, inertia is the car's tendency to keep moving. Inertia was an object state in which the object stays at rest or keeps moving until a greater force acts on it. So, Fred's saying, all right, let's roll. Ted says, that's easy for you to say. You're the one doing all the work. A rolling car, like any moving object, has momentum. You can think of momentum as the inertia of motion, but it's easier to think of it in another way. Momentum is how difficult it is to slow or stop a rolling car or a running zombie. Momentum, the definition of momentum, is the force or speed created by movement. Hey, wait for me, yells Ted as he's chasing after Fred.
Does the one just go on and off?
Yeah, because he got the car started.
No, he didn't try to run off because he didn't stop.
Because he pushed it so it would start. Now it's starting and he has to go chase after the car.
And plus the zombie.
What's the zombie chasing him? Here's something else to think about. When traveling at the same speed, a heavy object has more momentum than a light one. Momentum. You have a large zombie and a skinny zombie. But if it's moving fast enough, a light object can have more momentum than a heavy one. Ha momentum. This little skinny zombie. You can mix speed and weight to create different or equal amounts of momentum. Running at the right speed, a small, fast zombie might have the same amount of momentum as a large, slow zombie. If both zombies slam into a wall, the force of their crash will be the same. Look.
Flat on the wall.
They went right on the wall. They did not turn. They had nothing stopping them but that wall. They were going that straight line. If Fred and Ted's car is light, a smaller force can stop it. But if their car is heavy and it's rolling down a steep hill, look out. Fred says, with all this momentum, nothing can stop us. I hope you're right, says Ted. But, do you know what brakes are?
No.
Yeah?
Well,
But if he
Okay.
Or it slows down.
Well, what if your brakes don't work?
Then you keep on rolling. How is friction back?
I'm not getting there yet. They're jumping ahead.
At a very high speed, if you slam on the brakes, the brakes might break.
Heavy and fast means a lot of momentum. They'll need a large force to slow or stop the car. The same goes for a zombie. A big heavy zombie speeding down a hill has a lot of momentum. A large force will be needed to stop it too. As Fred and Ted cars rolls down the hill, it picks up speed. Speed describes how fast an object is moving at any given moment. The term acceleration describes how much speed the object is picking up. As the zombie applies force to run down the hill, it moves faster and faster. Acceleration is the change in speed of a moving body. So when we're sitting in a car and Mom accelerates on the gas, right? The gas pedal, we're accelerating, right?
Yes.
Okay. So our body's going to change because we're sitting here, and then she pushes the gas, we're going to go, whoa.
Good.
That's how I drive.
I would like to drive with you.
Yikes, it's gaining on us. And then Fred's saying, curse you, acceleration. Because he's now lighter, so he's going down the hill, so he's gaining more. Newton's second law of motion helps us understand acceleration. In this law, Newton describes acceleration as forces acting on any object that has a mass. The amount of acceleration the people, car, and zombie each experience depends upon their mass. It also depends on the size of the forces acting on them. That means more acceleration, says Fred. It can't catch us, we got more mass, says Ted. Mass, the amount of material is in an object. And we've already went through metric system in math, right?
Yeah.
So we know how to do with math and measuring and converting and everything, right? Right.
Well, we still have the same chapter.
Can we back up? Because the car is coasting, it has only the force of gravity pulling it. But the zombie is running. It has the force of gravity pulling it and the force of its legs pushing it. It's got more force. Now it has more acceleration. No, says Fred. So here we have mass versus weight. This is a fun fact which we had earlier. Mass describes the amount of matter in an object. An object's mass stays the same no matter where the object is. A zombie's mass measured on Earth, the Moon, and Jupiter is the same. So what about its weight? Their mass is the same, but their weight, what do you think?
The weight's different.
The weight's different. But weight depends on gravity. The force of gravity is different on Earth, the Moon, and Jupiter. A zombie on Earth might weigh 200 pounds. On the Moon, he would only weigh 33 pounds. On Jupiter, he would weigh a whopping 473 pounds.
So their gravity is stronger than So on Jupiter, their gravity is
So on the, so everything on Earth, so gravity is like in the same, but on the moon, it has no zero gravity.
It's like, yep, I think, what was it, 16.5%? You said, for the Moon?
And then Jupiter is
It's 16.5% of your weight.
15% of your body weight.
16% of your body weight.
Oh.
and then on Jupiter is like
Jupiter makes it even heavier.
Right.
hey,
As you see, momentum is a measure of how difficult it is to slow or stop a moving object. Remember, we're hard to stop because we've got momentum. Momentum can also be thought of as mass times speed. A lot of mass times a lot of speed equals a whole lot of momentum. Therefore, the zombie needs to exert a large force if it wants to stop the rolling car. How will it do it? And he's saying, help me, Isaac Newton. How do you think the zombie can stop the car? He has to create a force, so he has to somehow make that car stop.
He probably could take his arm and shoot it by his like shoot on
but that's not enough force.
You think we can rip his arm off?
Yes.
Man, would you rip your arm off?
No.
I would rip my arm off.
I would leave it. I'd be like, forget about him. I'll get him this time.
Do you think maybe we could do friction? Do you think friction could help him create a force?
Maybe he can like,
or maybe he can go in the front of the car and push it. And get ran over. Push it down.
but he would get ran over. He wouldn't have enough force to do it.
I was like, whoa.
Let's go. One option is for the zombie to grab the bumper and pull with an opposing force. Pulling in the opposite direction, the zombie exerts a force to slow the car. Only a really strong zombie can stop the car. A fast-moving car with a lot of mass has a lot of momentum. A more likely result is that the car's forward momentum will overpower the zombie's backward pull. Hanging on, the zombie will get dragged along or its arms will be torn off.
Okay, I was right about the arm.
There goes my arm. Now the zombie has no arm.
His bones are sticking out.
His bones are sticking out. Alright, so this is the end of chapter 4. We'll go to chapter 5. Which is fleshing out friction in the next chapter. How are we doing on our questions?
Good.
We're doing good?
This is about the
This is gonna end mine, yeah. This is gonna end the question.
Not yet. So I want you guys to look at number 4. It says reflect. Make one example outside of the text to one main topic. So far we've gone over a couple main topics. Okay? So I want you guys to draw, instead of writing, when you draw a picture of one example that you can make. You can use the one as a text if you like. If you want to do motion or gravity, a plane falling or a football falling out of the air, that can be one of our main topics that we talked about. I want you guys to reflect on that. Look at your main topics that you guys wrote down up here.
Okay.
Okay? Draw a picture. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes.
Okay.
What are your main topics? What do you write down?
Draw your picture of number 4. What you just said.
Yep, we're looking at number 4. We're reflecting right now. Not me. I think there's weird on this metal. Huh?
I use that excuse.
I didn't do it. I didn't anything to do that.
And I got birds like this, not like that.
Sure. Alright, make sure you're writing. You got it down? You got your picture drawn? What is that? I like it. That's good. That's bullet. That's really good. High five.
Like this.
I did.
I
Like
like
this?
it.
The football is got like this. He's throwing the football and then it's falling down the side.
Good job.
See, I'm following it.
It's a weird thing.
I drew a rock.
Five.
I want to see two though. That's a fair one.
I saw him laying down.
Alright, we're almost on our time, guys. You got a picture drawn?
Yes.
No,
There we go.
Alright. So now we're going to go flesh out friction. Chapter 5. Another force that counteracts motion is friction. Friction slows objects down when they rub against each other. Friction. Here's the definition of friction. A force created when two objects rub together. Rub your hands together.
Makes it hot.
That's friction, right? Do we have two objects right now? Do we have two objects?
Yes.
Yeah? They're rubbing together.
So what is it again?
Right here. A force created when two objects rub together. Alright.
Okay.
While mass and speed increase momentum, friction decreases momentum. When friction is great, moving objects slow down quickly. When there's little friction, moving objects come to rest slowly. So here he's trying to stop the car. A zombie sliding on a smooth frozen pond experiences a small amount of friction. It can slide a long way because very little friction counteracts its motion. So here the zombie is going, whee, sliding on the frozen pond. I can edit it. You can edit the video. It's okay. But a zombie skidding on asphalt won't slide very far. Skidding on asphalt won't slide very far.
What's that?
Remember the break.
So asphalt, do we know what asphalt is?
Yes.
It's gravel.
It's basically gravel. It's on our road outside.
And that black, what's the difference between gravel and asphalt?
Pavement.
And pavement is wet. Wet gravel is hot.
Yep. Asphalt is wet gravel. Good job. So he's going, whoa, curse you, friction, because he's actually stopped. There's a great deal of friction between its rotting flesh and the rough, bumpy road. Friction stops the zombie slide quickly. A car has a lot of inertia. Friction between the tires and the road are not enough to stop it quickly. Hear that? We're nearly inseparable, says Fred. The best bet is a good set of brakes. Stay away from those brakes, Fred. Pressing a brake pedal causes brake pad to squeeze against a steel disc. The disc is attached to the car's wheel. As the pad squeezes the disc, they produce friction. The harder the pedal is pressed, the more friction is produced, and the quicker the car stops.
And when you step on the brakes so fast, you go forward.
Sometimes when you break, cars come from the tires.
That's right. So we can make a reference on this. We can reflect when we look at our paper. When you're reflecting, make one example of our text of a main topic. People that have written down friction. From this chapter, we can think about baseball. Who played baseball?
We did today.
You played baseball today?
I played
Sounds
it.
like fun. So when you throw a ball, or actually when the batter's at the box and they hit a ball from their bat, and it's hit on the play. It goes pretty fast, right?
But when it hits the ground, it slows down from the ground.
But when it hits the grass in the outfield, it slows down, right? Because there's friction from the grass. Okay. So we're going to go to our last chapter, chapter 6, zombie action and reaction. Wait, wow.
Is it that one right here?
Not the last one.
Here. You can use this pencil.
Okay.
Alright. So, zombie action and reaction. We explored Newton's first and second laws of motion, but we shouldn't forget his third, and possibly the most famous law. Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yep.
When do we get these brains? Here's a zombie. He's thinking. He's trying to think. To understand this law, look at the zombie leaping off of a raft. As the zombie leaps, what happens to the raft? It glides backwards, shooting out from behind the leaping zombie. Who jumped out of a raft in a pool?
Me, I did. No, not me.
I did it.
Oh, yeah, when I went out,
I did it in a river.
I had jumped out of it and won.
Yep. So you go up. On the other side. According to Newton's law, as the zombie leaps forward with one force, the raft moves backward with another force. The raft, if you were able to measure each force, you'd find they were equal in strength. So here they are going on opposite directions. Same force, opposite direction. The third law in action, Newton's third law of action is important to people paddling canoes and kayaks. As kayakers pull their paddles through the water pushes back against the paddle. The stronger the stroke, the faster the kayak moves forward through the water. Who's been on a kayak? Do you guys know what a kayak is?
Yes, I do.
I've been on one with my older
Yeah.
brother.
Or a canoe? Who's been on a canoe?
I did it on the game. I did
Alright.
it on the game.
Been on one? Alright, so when we're paddling, we paddle slow. So of course we're going to move slower, right? We paddle fast, then you go faster, right? Okay. So let's go on to... Rats aren't only the thing that shows us Newton's third law. At work, rockets do too. Roger that, mission control. When a rocket engine is fired, it pushes out gases. That's the action. In turn, the gases push on the rocket, moving it in the opposite direction of the gases. That's the equal and opposite reaction. When the engines are pointing downward, the rocket blasts upward into space. Yeehaw! Goes the zombie. Whether lurking from the grave or floating in space, zombies move according to laws of motion. A zombie at rest needs a force to get it moving, and once a zombie gets moving, another force is needed to get it to change direction to stop it. Like the rest of us, zombies gather momentum, experience friction, and are pulled by gravity. And brain, says a zombie.
And he's floating up.
Yeah, he's floating. He's in a parachute. With an understanding of Newton's 3 laws of motion, you'll easily avoid any zombies you meet. Just keep a sharp lookout. If you see a zombie, run in the equal and opposite direction. That was it. Now we gotta go.
But I didn't figure out what
Yeah,
action.
I had 4 questions, but I only was able to answer.
Yeah, it did, but I didn't get to finish it.
That last chapter. Okay, so let's, attention guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's look at our PQ4R. Look at our sheets. We haven't gone over number 6 yet, have we?
We're number 5.
Or number 5? Okay, number 5. Recite. Can you answer your questions without looking at your answers? So everybody close your eyes.
Wait, hold up. But I don't see it on here.
Well, let's do it in a second. We're going to close our eyes right now. Let me see the book. Close your eyes. I want you to think about the questions that you wrote in the very beginning. On number 2, when we had questions. Close your eyes and think about those questions. Can you answer them?
Yes.
Yes? Alright. That's the point of this paper and this worksheet right here. Reading comprehension. You guys made a prediction of you guys previewed the text and you guys answered your own questions. That's really good, guys.
What is it? Oh.
Number 6 is review. Mentally go through the book in order in your mind. Can you picture and see the text in your mind? Yes or no? I just want you to write yes or no right there. As this, you guys are reviewing the text. Can you sit here and think about what the book is saying? What the book told you?
Yes.
Yeah? So write down on your paper yes or no.
So could we put yes or happy face?
Just write yes or no on both of them.
I do a happy face.
Let me see your sheet. Still sit down, guys. I want to see your sheet that you guys wrote it down.
Crap.
You got yours? Alright, write it down for me, okay?
Still doing number 5.
You still doing it? Alright.
Yes, I will.
Here you go.
Alright, so before we go into our stations, because I have center for us, we have some fun activities today and we got worksheets. I'm going to explain what we're doing. No, I don't know your name.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. It's okay to give me your name. It's okay.
We go back to it.
Wait, no, we're going to sit right here. Sit right here. We're almost done. I'm going to explain what we're doing in our centers, okay?
Hey, do we got her?
No, you don't have to. You don't have any assessments. No. Y'all want to stand up and stretch a little bit? Yes. Alright, so let's... Alright, and put your finger over your lips. I have to explain directions. Yes. Stand up, stretch your legs before and I'm going to explain our center. Alright, so stand right here. Let me see your finger. You done? Good job. Okay, so we have 4 centers today. We're going to have a group desk here. That's going to be 1. Let me sit right back here. I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to have right here. Stand right here. Stay on the rough. So you guys can follow me. Just stand right here on the rough. Let me look at what I'm doing. This is going to be stations 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And we're going to be doing worksheets. And I'm going to put worksheets on these desks. So I want you guys to go to your desk right now. And you guys are currently sitting at. If you have to go to the restroom, go ahead and go to the restroom right now. Take a couple minutes to go to the restroom. Then when you guys back, you have like this. I'll give you 3 minutes to do this. 3 minutes.
After lunch, we had
Mafia.